So here we have a matchup between Sanji and Shanks. See how it goes. So opponent chose to go second, letting us go first. So we'll draw our Dawn. We did keep our opening hand. So we have a couple 2Ks. We have our Searcher Luffy. So we're going to put one on Sanji, go 6 into 5. Now with Shanks, he has the ability that he can give once per turn the minus 1,000. So you have to make sure we're swinging over the 5 in order to make the attacks hit. So we got the promo Shanks, the 8 drop 10K off the Luffy search. So we have 3 2Ks in hand. We got some top end, 6, 7, and 8. So opponent's going to go 6 into 5 here against Sanji. A 2K gets us out of it. They're going to play their Rush Zoro. 3 into 5. Uh, Like I said, the 6-7 turn, we're kind of like debating which one we value more. And a lot of it just depends on the matchup. Because if we want that extra Dawn against Shanks in order to go swing over. But against other leaders, we value the 7 drop Beckman over the Yasop. It also depends on the curve. So we're going to go 7 into 5 here on the Zoro. They're going to counter out. Yeah, they're countering out of it. So we just put 2 on Luffy. We're going to go 5 into 5 on the Zoro. We're just going to keep trying to pressure that Zoro. They already used 2 cards to save it from the first attack. So they're going to use another 2K to save it here, which is great for us. So opponent's at 6 Dawn. So they're going to put 1 on leader, go 6 into 5. Another 2K saves us. Yep. Now they have their Zoro here. That's still a swing. We're going to put 1 on Zoro, which would be 6. 6 into 5 again. We're going to use the 2Ks. We use the 2Ks a little aggressive in this game. I don't know if that was the right play, but it was a play nonetheless. So 6 into 3 into the Searcher, that's fine. So we're going to draw Dawn. We're at 7 Dawn here. We're going to play Yasop for 6. Put 1 on. We're going to activate the leader effect to give Yasop rush and then put the remaining Dawn on Sanji, pressuring the Zoro 6 into 5. They've already used 4 counters to save this over the course of the game. So we're just going to keep pushing. If they're going to keep trying to save it, we're going to keep pressuring it. So 8 into 5 here. They gave Yasop minus 1,000, and they countered again to save this Zoro. So they pretty much depleted their entire hand trying to save this Zoro. So they're valuing these Zoros extremely high in this matchup. So this is going to be a 5-on-5 here. We're just going to take this one. Because they're at 8 Dawn. So 5 into 5 again. We're going to take it. We're just building up some counter power now in hand. We're just going to trash the 4-6 Luffy here. We don't want to go too low because we know how Shanks is. So they're going 11 into 8. So we're just going to let that happen. Alright, so we're at 9 Dawn here. We're going to play our 8 drop 10K Shanks. Put a Dawn on it. And we're going to go 11 into 9. There's no way for them to counter out. With only 1 card in hand. They could have actually used the leader effect to give the minus 1,000. Unless the card in hand is no counter. Which is kind of what they're telling us. That they have a card in hand without any counter. So here they're going to go 5 into us. We're just going to counter out. They're at 10 Dawn, so we assume Shanks is coming. Alright, so they're not going to do Shanks' turn. They put 2 on their Zora, which is 8 left, so possibly, yep, silvers. Giving our 10k -3 for the turn. Still makes it a 7k swing, which is great. Here we have a bunch of Shariahs in hand. Debating if I want to put those out. So we attach 2, go 9 into 5. We know it's going to hit, but we need to get that Zora off the field. Our life is getting kind of low. We're going to deploy the Shanks, giving it rush with our leader. And we're going to go 10 into 5. They have to take this. And we're going to just do 5 into 5, knowing that they can use their leader ability. Which they did. You just got to keep your opponent honest sometimes by just checking them. So 5 into 5 here, we just use a counter. So we have a 2k and 2 1ks in hand. They're going to go pressure life, which is fine. We'll take that. So here comes the 10 drop Shanks. They decide to go for life here instead of the board. Which I don't blame them, because now we're at 0 life. And we have to hit them 4 more times, so go 9 into 5. They should have to take this. Yep. So here we're going to put them on the Shanks again. And we're going to pressure their 12. Which kind of like, I don't know if that was the proper play, but we needed to at least know it. Well, try to deplenish some counter out of hand. And then we have 6 Dawn left, so we can play 2 double Shariah. We're going to swing 5 in, because they've already used the effect. So putting 2 blockers up kind of helps a little bit. And we'll pass the turn. So we have 2 2Ks in hand and 2 1Ks. So a total of 6,000 power counter in hand. We have 2 blockers. So Ben Beckman comes in and trashes one of our blockers. So we have one. So we still have 3 swings we have to go for. So they go 5 into 5, which is an easy counter with 1K. So they're just going to go 8 here. 8 into 5. So we got enough counter for that one. So if they would have put the 3 remaining Dawn on their silvers, which they say, oops. So I think that's what they meant to do, but that's not what they did. And now we have a blocker here. Because they have 3 open Dawn. Opponent says messed up. Alright, so we're at 10 Dawn here. Alright, opponent scoops it up. So I think I don't know if they play. So when they say they messed up, I'm not sure what they meant. If they meant they should have played the killer, but then they wouldn't have been able to play the Ben Beckman. If that's what they think it was, they misplayed it, that wouldn't have worked out. I see the misplay as they should have put the 3 Dawn on silvers, which I only had 1K in hand, and I wouldn't have been able to counter that one. I would have been forced to use my blocker, which left their Shanks coming in uncontested. So, good game, opponent, but it just demonstrates like the Sanji can still compete with the meta decks. Even like I said, we're all human, so some of us do make mistakes. Well, all of us make mistakes, I should say. But make sure you guys like and subscribe for the next one.